I can tell, like, my wife and I have been together for about 15 years, and if you've been with somebody for over 10 years, I think there's, like, a whole different level of understanding once you're with that person, right? Like, every time we do a show, somebody's been married for, like, over 20 years. Like, I don't know, clap if you've been married for, like, over 15 or 20 years, right? Yeah. That's enthusiasm right there. Good way to sell it. That was, I mean, yeah, wow, okay. If you're not in love, don't worry about it. No, my wife is like, I can tell she loves me. I can see the love she has for me in her eye. It's right next to the hatred she has in the other eye for me. It's just, depends. Like some days she gives me an extra long hug. Other days I feel a little push towards the top of the stairs. I just don't know. I'm pretty sure I have to watch myself because at one point she may kill me. Like she may kill me. It's not like I'm a bad person, but I know that she is just a middle-aged white woman and she's watched a lot of true crime. So she's got ideas. She has a lot of ideas. And she's probably a classic woman. She'll probably stab me to death with a knife, which is, it's nice to be part of that kind of vintage murder, you know. It's going to irritate me that I'll be the first husband in the history of American murders who's stabbed to death with a knife that still has peanut butter on it. Like, that's going to piss me off. It's going to irritate me 100%. Not cool. I don't know about you guys, but I have a weird COVID story. I'm sure we all have a little bit of a weird COVID story. Mine was just from January, and I'll let it go after this year, or this weekend. Maybe it'll be my last time I say this, but like, my kids and my wife in January got sick with COVID. We have our vaccines still. They got sick. They're fine. Everything's okay. But we were in the middle of winter, and they got it, and I did not get COVID. It was a super awkward CDC regulated 10 days in our house, guys. It was super weird. It was super weird. Like my wife, like every 4 or 5 hours would just come up to me and like just kind of like skip, you know, she kind of just traced me. Like she'd be like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, good. She's, how you feeling? I'm like, fine. Want to go get tested? No, I was negative yesterday. 4 hours later, she's like, hey, how you doing? Good. How you feeling? Fine. Do you want to go get tested? Nah. I was negative yesterday. I'm cool. Next morning, hey, morning, sweetie. How you doing? Good. How do you feel? Fine. Do you want to go get tested? No, I don't. I was a negative just 2 days ago. She like looks at me and she just loses. She goes, I don't know why you're not with me on this. Holy crap, are we in a fight because of my immune system? Like, she's like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why you don't have COVID. I'm like, I don't know, dear. I eat hot dogs. I'm not sure how this works, all right? My brother's like, it makes zero sense that you don't have COVID. You have 3 little kids. It's the middle of winter. They have COVID. Your wife has COVID. You don't have COVID. It doesn't add up. I go, it does. I'll explain real quick. Simple. I'm a Midwestern father. I don't hug my children unless it's their birthday. Yeah, we're clean into the summer, right? I fist bump my kids at Easter. I'm like, he's back. Let's go. Man, I'm at that point where like I'm exercising, but it's not like forced by the doctor, but it's implied by the doctor. Like, you can exercise. Okay. One time my doctor was like, wouldn't hurt for you to lose 20 pounds. I'm like, wow, that's where you're wrong. It wouldn't hurt, and it's a lot of sweating. That is a terrible. You gave me the worst prescription out there. You prescribed me to try. I don't want that at all. I've started to run a little bit. I have friends who are very into running. We call those people crazy. Like runners, when they talk about it, they get really excited. Like here's the thing. If you're not a runner, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it for a while, but eventually you're gonna love it. I'm like, this is a great pitch. Tell me more. And they're like, here's what happens. You're gonna start running. And your body's going to hurt, and you're going to question things, but eventually you're going to get to a point where you enjoy the run because your body releases endorphins into your brain. You're going to be super relaxed. You're going to be very calm. Your blood pressure's lower, and you're going to really just be like at peace. I'm like, okay, that's called sitting on the couch. That's sitting on the couch. Like, why do I have to train for that for 6 months? I don't need to sweat my back out while I'm watching a TV show for that. It's a terrible suggestion. And that's the thing, like, if you, I don't know if you have, like, Chicago Marathon is tomorrow. My brother's run it a couple times. If anybody has run a marathon, has anybody ever here run a marathon? I'm just curious. Yeah, you have? That's impressive. So which one? Twin Cities? Excellent. That's, nobody cares, but I care for you, sir. That's impressive. That's great. That's, like, if you don't know anybody, like, while they're training for a marathon, like, it's very important. Like, it overtakes their life. And if you don't know that somebody's training for a marathon, it's impossible. They bring it up 26.2 times a day. Like, impossible. And if you finish a marathon and you're not from a third world country, good for you. It's just, good for you. I have friends, though, that are, like, not going to go that far. They're like, no, I can't do a marathon. But guess what, Mike? And they say the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I am training for a 5K. Mike, I'm training for a 5K. Shut your face. You don't train for a 5K, you sober up for a 5K.